Welcome to Nevadia. Hi everyone, how y'all doing? I'm just doing a very quick video today because I actually have a lot of uni work coming up. It is coming towards the end of the trimester, so please forgive me for the shorter videos at the moment because I've got a little few other things to do. But I thought I would share a philosophy that I've had since I was 17 years old, since I was in high school. So considering I thought of this philosophy when I was 17 years old and it hasn't changed at all since I thought it up, I kind of want to put it out to you people out there to let me know what you think. Because, it hasn't changed. It's quite old, this philosophy, and I know somewhere deep down below, somewhere there is a hole in it. And I was hoping to maybe send this out to people who know more about philosophy than I do, but I feel like I'm a little bit not big enough or loud enough to be able to say, hey, can you guys just watch this video for me and let me know where the holes are? Because I know there is, has to be. And so if anybody feels like tweeting this out or contacting someone like Aaron Ra or Cosmic Skeptic or someone like that, because I'm actually kind of shy when it comes to doing things like that. Anyway, I came up with this when we were learning about philosophies in high school. So existentialism, nihilism, and solipsism. And basic, simple explanation of a solipsist to the point of being almost incorrect is a solipsist is a person who doesn't believe in anything outside of their realm of comprehension. So anything they don't know about, they don't even think they exist. So, for example, if you knocked out an extreme nihilist and they woke up in a windowless room, they would believe that nothing outside that room exists. The only thing that they see in this room is what exists. And when I heard about this, I thought to myself, this is an interesting thought process. And I actually unwittingly came up with my response to Pascal's wager. So for those of you who don't know what Pascal's wager is, which I'm assuming would be most of you would know, but if you don't know what that is, basically it's the argument that if you believe in God and he doesn't exist, you're not going to lose anything. But if you don't believe in God and he does exist, then you're going to be sent to hell. So it's better to believe in God. And a lot of people have said there's thousands of gods. What if you believe in the Christian God and in fact it's Allah or Zeus or Ra or Hera or whoever, or even just a random god that you've never even heard of? They might be pretty angry that you haven't been worshipping them all your life. Another argument against Pascal's wager is you have lost something if you believe in God and he doesn't exist. You've been going to church every single Sunday of your life, where you could have just been sleeping in, spending time with your family, doing things that you want to do, rather than worshipping something that doesn't actually exist. That's another common argument against Pascal's wager. And here is my argument against Pascal's wager. Going back to what a solipsist is, a solipsist being a person who doesn't believe in anything outside of their realm of knowledge. Let's say I have a solipsist friend. Let's call him George. George is the sort of person, not because they're arrogant or whatever, he just likes to adhere very strongly to his extreme philosophy, which is, I don't believe anything you say because I wasn't there. I wasn't there to watch what happens. I don't believe anything outside of my sphere of comprehension. I tell George I met a person at a party or a friend's house called Sarah. Okay, let's say Sarah. I say to George, I met Sarah. I met this person called Sarah. And George goes, I don't believe you. And I say, but look, here's a photo of me and Sarah at this party. And George goes, yeah, I still don't believe that Sarah exists because photos can be doctored. And so I go, all right, well, let's get Sarah on the phone so you can talk to Sarah. And George goes, no, I still don't think it's Sarah because that could be somebody else claiming to be Sarah. I talk to George about Sarah, and then I talk to Sarah about George and say, look, Sarah, I'm going to bring George to this party that I know you're going to be at. He's a lovely guy. Just make sure that he's going to be a bit surprised when he meets you because he's an extreme solipsist. So I go, hey, George, this is Sarah. Sarah, this is George. And George goes, oh my goodness, you actually do exist. Put yourself in Sarah's shoes. What would you do If your friend had another friend who didn't believe that you existed until they met you, how would you feel? Would you feel confused? Kind of a bit weirded out? Questioning my taste in friends? Or would you be hurt, angry, and so vindictive you would send this person to eternal torment for all eternity because they didn't believe that you existed? In this case, I had more evidence for the existence of Sarah in a photo, not a book or artwork handed down through the ages, in a phone call, not having somebody who could very easily be considered to be clinically insane saying that they've heard voices, but an actual phone call. So this is stronger evidence for the existence of Sarah, and yet George didn't believe that Sarah existed until George met Sarah. Because if that happened to me, I know I would be kind of confused. Kind of going, you're a bit weird. Okay, let's sit down. Let's talk about your philosophy. Here, I'll buy you a drink. That's what I would do. I would not want to torture someone for eternity for seriously doubting my existence. And in that case, that would make me more moral than God. And in that case, don't you think God is really not something that you should worship? Anyway, I just thought maybe something that I'd like you to talk about in the comments below, because I know somewhere in there is a hole. There has to be something in there, because as I said, I thought it up when I was 17 years of age, and this philosophy has not changed an iota. Let me know what you think, and in the meantime, have a lovely day, evening, night, whatever. And don't forget, don't give yourself the raw prawn. I also want to say a really big special thank you to all of my patrons, especially my $10 patrons, Aided Furball, Ms. Nunya, Lauren Hart, and a brand new person, Jassa G. Welcome so much to Jassa G to this little corner of the internet.